Thank you, Eamon, Abdul, and the team at Tiora for the time to share with you my proposal. As you know, technology is constantly advancing at a rate that we can hardly, if at all, keep up with. As a result, the way in which we market brands, concepts, and products also changes constantly. In fact, just the way our society absorbs, processes, and reacts to information is changing. By understanding this reality, keeping up to date with our evolving society, and taking action, we can successfully market anything. The means to assure you're staying ahead of the times is data. First and foremost, we must be a team that shares the same vision and culture. Since businesses have had access to data of their own and their competitors, success in any industry has become easier to obtain for those instilling a culture of metrics, and many degrees harder for those that don't. Take Amazon, for example. They have been leading the charge in a culture of metrics, and they're on top. The issue with businesses that do not understand how to effectively use their data is that they are blind. With a simple Google search, you can find out which countries are importing the most tea. You can discover global and national trends, but you cannot know what share of the pie you're getting if you cannot effectively assess your data. For example, do you know what your ROI is for your social media content and/or ads? Are you using the best social media platforms? With a simple Google search, you can discover the shift in advertising means. However, do you know if this correlates to your industry or company? Once again, do you know the ROI of your media time versus advertising spending? With a simple Google search and your personal experience, you can discover that people are increasingly using voice commands to do their searching. Do you know how many people use voice command to search for your product? Do you know if your keywords are updated to not just what people type, but also what they say? A culture of metrics will answer all of these questions, and so much more. With a culture of metrics, you can receive accurate competitive analysis so that you know the truth as to where you stand, and you can stand there. The effective use of data allows your team members to predict the future by looking at the relationship between historical purchase trends and current ones. Your team can lead your company to success when they know why your customers leave your page before making a purchase, what products they view the most, and what they want to view by analyzing keywords. Your team can revolutionize the high-end loose-leaf tea market with the knowledge data provides and the skills that I have to translate that knowledge into an actionable plan. However, without a culture of metrics, you will alienate customers by not understanding their needs. You will lose capital by making wrong investments, and ultimately, you will fail because your decisions are not based on real-time, up-to-date, and accurate information. So how do we implement a culture of metrics? We begin by planning. You have already shared with me your business goals, so we have somewhere to start. Your ultimate objective is to increase your bottom line. From there, you express to me 3 basic goals to help you do this. They are to sell chocolate, create effective marketing campaigns, and sell mood boxes. I have generated a key performance indicators that we can use to track your goal progress. A key performance indicator, or KPI, is a measurable value that demonstrates how effectively your company is achieving your key business objectives and goals. As you can see, I have created an example as to how this plan would look. Simple, right? Google Analytics provides an extensive software package that is user-friendly and accessible to all team members. This is an example of one of the reporting dashboards that are completely customizable. From there, we decide who will be the ones in charge of making the big decisions and who will be doing the work. Based on your business objectives, we must decide how often we report, and to whom or what we report, whom we report to, and what we report. Common KPIs that are used are total revenue, site traffic, bounce rates, and bounce rates is the percentage of visitors to your website who navigate away from the site after viewing only one page. Average order size. I know this is huge for you because increasing your bottom line is the most important thing, right? And how many unique visitors you're receiving. In other words, the first visit a person makes within 30 minutes, which is considered the reporting period. If your visitor is inactive on your site for 30 minutes or more, the future activity will be attributed as a new session, another unique visitor. People that leave and come back within 30 minutes are considered part of the original session. So it's a little bit of a definition as to what a unique visitor is. Implementation. Now this is where the IT and web developer come in handy. In order to obtain all this information and to enact your plans, you need the right software. I recommend using Avinash Kaushik's Web Analytics 2.0, 4 steps to choose the right platform. From there, we start to get real organized. Once your software has been implemented and the data has been collected, we can start the fun part of analysis. This is an example as to how we understand the data. You start broad, looking across all of the KPIs, revenue, traffic, conversions, people that were just viewers and ended up making a purchase or doing something that you wanted them to do, like signing up on a newsletter or signing up for a newsletter, bounce rates, error rate. And then you go down a little bit deeper. Investigate and correlate to get better understanding. Take action. Track certain things a little bit more closely over time. Maybe you can make modifications. And run experimental tests, which brings us to the next part. Improvement. After analysis, it gets even more exciting. In the improvement phase, we assess what we need to do to make things better, and what type of resources we have to make that happen. This is where we rearrange our data or we reorganize the way in which we report. We test campaigns like A/B testing, as depicted here, administer surveys, or change a lot of aspects at once and see what happens. These are the ways to win when adopting a culture of metrics. Although the collection, analyzation, and interpretation require specific skills, this process is truly simple, but incredibly impactful. Finally, how can we make this tangible to our team and sustainable? How do we make this a part of our culture? How do we make this a part of your culture? I propose submitting those that will collect and analyze the data to take Google Analytics Assessments program. Then we make it fun. Some days we take things super slow to understand why or what our users experience when they're dealing with slow networks. I bet this will really test patience. Make it a rule that any insight provided must be backed by data. Get people in the habit of data-driven thought/action. Most analytics software are mobile-friendly, thus you can access your data in real time. This can be fun if you've created a time-sensitive goal for yourself, like with this new Instagram campaign of interacting with followers. My goal is to reach 50 new purchases of the mood boxes a day. You can track this in real time. So, if there are only a couple hours left in the day, and you have 10 more mood boxes left to sell, you can ramp up your interaction with your followers. See if you can get them sold. Stay competitive. Each team member can be assigned a specific KPI to work with. Compare the progress of that KPI to your competitors and award the winners of your team each week for meeting their goals. And finally, get the best ideas by committing all team members to create individual campaigns, plans, and predictions using the data gleaned from one metric. Thank you for watching and listening to my proposal. If you have any questions, please email me or call me right away. Remember, don't be blind. Adopt a culture of metrics and open your eyes.